It was incredible. Getting to meet the justice at the Supreme Court was really kind of surreal because her reputation so vastly precedes her that to walk in and to meet the human behind it was an incredible treat. And she was incredibly generous with her time and told us stories and really kind of regaled us with her accounts of everything that happened. It was amazing. It was incredible. I mean, Felicity nailed it. She's one of the hardest working, most dedicated actors that I've ever shared a scene with. And to sort of watch her dedication to the story and the message and all that was inspirational. Well, I think that the equal partnership that Marty and Ruth shared in their marriage was really the template with which she applied to how she thought gender equality should be, legally and culturally speaking. I think they set the example within their own home that she then took out to the world and changed the world.
I'll tell you what it means. For 8.5 years, it was 8.5 years ago, I conceived of this movie. And for 8.5 years, I thought my Aunt Ruth is doing me this great favor by letting me write this. And for the first time after she saw the film, she came and she gave me a big hug and she said, "Thank you for doing this." And it never occurred to me until then that this was something we did for each other. Well, you want to just get to the truth. You want to find people who look like the real people. And Ruth and Marty, when they were young, were this glamorous couple around town, in New York. They were beautiful and well-dressed. And so you want to capture that essence of them. And then you're looking for the people who can play the parts. And Ruth especially, there's a real sort of particular alchemy to her character because she's so serious and she's so driven and she's so exacting, but she's all undergirded by the sense of just joy and optimism. There's not a lot of actresses who can pull off that combination. Felicity Jones is one of them who can.
Absolutely. Justice Ginsburg was involved from the very, very beginning. She oversaw all the script development and gave very meticulous notes. And so much of the story is about what she managed to achieve, the change she managed to effect in the world, and also about this incredible love story between her and her husband, played beautifully by Armie.
I would say Justice Ginsburg was a real stickler that we get the law right. And that was the most important thing for her, is that the law was right. And because she is precise, and she is a woman who has endured a culture of discrimination, who with her eloquence and smarts changed that culture, because we really wanted to honor her as the woman who changed the country for the better. Well, first with Armie, I would say I knew he had that charming, funny guy in him, and Marty Ginsburg was a very progressive husband and male in the 50s, and still for today. And when he read the script, he was, no one's that good, no man is that good. And what we understood from Justice Ginsburg and people who knew and loved him, he was better. So I felt there was no one better than Armie Hammer to play him. Felicity Jones, what can I say about her? She's one of the great actors of all time. I think she embodied her from her tippy toes to her heart and soul. She gave her everything, and she found all the stuff between the lines. She made her become authentic and real and accessible. It meant everything to me. It's all I needed was that approval, because making a film and telling a story about someone who is living and an icon and a hero to us all was definitely intimidating and definitely something I felt the pressure of. But when you're making a film, you put all that aside. You have to just go away and just deal with the story you're telling.